to Blazed Outlaw Builders. I'm sure you all remember this one. This was the underground base interests that I designed after learning a few things from some of the other YouTube content creators. And the idea of this design is if a zombie walks up to the entrance, he's detected by a camera. These doors slam shut and stay shut as long as he's in the field of view of the camera. And it was originally built with JaWoodle force field using the arrow slits all the way around the sides to keep them from coming in the back way, so that they would be forced to come around to this front where the camera would see them. Fun Pimps has since nerfed that force field. Thanks a lot, Fun Pimps. So it wasn't really working very well. In fact, it really wasn't working at all. So JaWoodle, my all-time favorite YouTuber, he found a solution again. And it's actually a relatively easy solution, except for these tiny little pieces are kind of a bitch to place in. There's not much profile on the side to attach them to. So what he did was he used this one, which is a quarter sheet, and rotated it until it was flat on top like this. And then he used this one, which is the... Which one is this? Nope, that's the sheet. I want the sheet. I want... Okay. It's the road paint dash. And it lays flat on the bottom side of the cube like that. Right next to each other. We can still walk across this. We can run across it. We can drive across it. Slightly bumpy, but so were the arrow slits, though, slightly bumpy. So what we're gonna do is finish putting this all the way around. And the important thing here, as far as I can tell, is that there needs to be 3 or 4 blocks of open air space underneath. Now, what we're gonna try to do, there we go. Oof, these are a pain to get in place. Whoops. Okay, so I will put the rest of these in all the way around, and I will come back and show you the result when I am finished. Okay, we are back. Here's what I have done. The red stripes are the red stripes are the... Try this again. The red stripes are the concrete quarter sheet, and the yellow stripes are the road paint dash. And it's not as aesthetically pleasing, although I would imagine you could dress it up by putting curbs around the edges of it or something. All the way around. And then I also put in these security gates to keep them from hopping up on here and running past the camera. And then I moved the camera up a bit as well. So let's drop a zombie out here and see how it goes. Runs over, goes around. Seen by the camera, the doors close. She's gonna stand there and beat on the security gates because there's no way for her to get through. But as long as she is within view of that camera, they stay closed. Then you kill her, and she's gone. So, I mean, you could even put a gun up here. Even a basic SMG turret or shotgun turret to shoot at them. And, yeah, that would keep you pretty darn safe. And then, of course, you just go down here into you can keep tunneling in, build your base in there. Let's do a few more. See what happens here. They're all just going to sit down there and be content to banging on those security gates, because the only path to me is along these gray edges and they can't get to them. Okay, so the way this is hooked up, I mean, you can hide your generator anywhere. I did not hide these last two wires when I moved the camera, but you can hide them too. But the way this works is, of course, the power goes from the generator to the camera, and then the camera out to that relay and that relay. And then from that relay, there is another relay under here and another relay up here somewhere. And it just daisy chains down. And all three of the garage doors on that side are hooked up to that relay, and all three of the garage doors on this side are hooked up to that relay. So as soon as the zombie comes in view of that camera, it shoots power down to both relays, which pushes power out to all the 6 garage doors. And the settings on the camera need to be instant and triggered. And what that means is the instant the zombie comes into the frame of the camera, it closes, and it stays closed as long as she's in the frame, because that's what's triggering it. As soon as she goes out of the frame, they should open again. Let's try one more. They'll come around and they'll stand there and it'll stay closed until they leave. So what happens if we go over here then? Wow, this one's janky, man. Look at her move, just dodging those bullets. Ladies. Hey, over here. There. She left the line of sight and it opened back up again. That is how that works. Now, it's not as perfect as it was with the arrow slits, but it's pretty darn useful. You can make this pit, all out of concrete, so it's not just exposed ground, just make a concrete moat. As long as you use those 2 blocks on top, the way we showed you earlier in the video, and it will keep the zombies from crossing it. This way the zombies can only come in through the front and they can't get past the gates. Put an SMG turret up here, or even a junk turret. Shoots at them, or maybe put, a couple of shotgun turrets out here. Maybe on these corners here, put full blocks there on the corners and put some shotgun turrets up on it to shoot the zombies that do come into this space here. and you'll never have to worry about zombies coming down into your base. Big shout out to JaWoodle.
Shout out!
At least 2 of the concepts here came from watching his videos. And yeah, y'all have a great day. Stay lifted, and we'll see you for another episode later on of Blazed Outlaw Builders.